Good morning and welcome to We Are Finally Making Some Progress, Winnipeg. Wow, we finally got that airbrush to sort of work. Now, there's a couple of things I want to mention here before I forget. First of all, I'm putting Chris's clips in this jar, but I don't know if this is a good idea or not. This is from, I have maraschino cherries in here. Maraschino. I don't know how you pronounce that. Doesn't matter. I know what they taste like. They taste good. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this is the jar that they were in, and but I wish the jar was a little shorter, so I might have to find something else. But it seems that I can get them out. It's kind of like that mustard thing that I used to get Gabe's swabs out, you know. I want something fast and easy like that. Now I have somewhere, it's over there by the wall, the other wall, a styrofoam block to put these in. Okay, but here's something I want to mention. It's a fantastic idea. Now I haven't tried it. It might not work. No, I can see that it's going to work. Okay. UK Jason said, "Why did you can take corrugated cardboard?" Now this is from an Amazon box, and it's maybe a little bit on the thin side. But if I had some cardboard that was maybe a little thicker, and you can make something up like this, you can make yourself up a big block, and then these things will stick in there. Yeah. Good idea, Jason. Okay. Now, in case you don't know who Jason is, he's the guy that has a real model show. You want to get tips and tricks and stuff like that, you watch his channel. Don't waste your time with me messing around with my airbrush. Oh, speaking of the airbrush, earlier this morning, I was online and I was looking at airbrush parts, and I was thinking about the getting a new O-ring for right here, right? And then I was noticing that the O-ring that is in the back here is the exact same part number. This one right here. You probably can't see it. And I thought I'll just check it out, and because I know with this O-ring it should be in fairly good shape, because I very seldom, you know, what you might say, crank this down, because it doesn't have to form an air seal. I mean, it's open right here anyway. So I think it's just to make it nice and snug. And I usually just tighten it up just a little bit. So I'm going to switch today, or maybe, yeah, probably today, because I'm going to try this out again. And instead of putting on the plumber's tape, I'm going to put on this O-ring. We'll just do a switch. I'll bet you it's going to work. Save $10 plus shipping. I think it'd be like $10 for the ring and $20 for shipping. You know that sort of thing. Well, it wouldn't be that bad, but anyway, you get the idea. Now, there is one other thing that I've concluded that might be the problem with this. Oh, I got something in the oven. And the something that's in the oven has maraschino cherries in it and nuts. Oh, I can't get away with nothing. Anyway. Oh, I gotta go deal with this. I'll be back in a minute. It won't stop by itself. It's just gonna keep going and going and going. Okay, I knew you were gonna want to see this. Okay. Now you saw it. Do I look like I need more Christmas cake? Okay, where were we? Yeah. All right, about the O-ring. We talked about that. Now, yesterday evening, I went into CorelDRAW, and I sort of drew what I think is wrong with this nozzle, so that it is not spraying at a low pressure like it used to. I think that's obviously it's clean. Hey, I'm getting comments with, "Are you sure it's clean? Are you sure it's clean?" Yes, I'm very sure it's clean. I put the parts in the ultrasonic cleaner and I looked at them with the microscope, and I mean, it's clean, all right, and the channel going up inside, it's clean, okay. That's not the problem. It's something has changed or bent or something like that, or worn. Anyway, I went on the computer last night, and I've drawn what I think the problem is. And why don't I just shut up, and we'll just get into it, and I'll show it to you, because it's a lot easier if you can actually see it than if I try to describe something, because I often don't do a good job of that. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we are in CorelDRAW. Let's see how many takes it takes to do this. All right, this is a very, very crude drawing. What we have here is the needle, the nozzle, and the nozzle cap. Okay, this piece right here, it all represents just this nozzle cap over here. And the nozzle is this part right here. I suppose I could have colored it sort of a copper color. That's kind of better. Okay, now here's where I think we have the problem. Let's retract the needle so that the paint can come out of the nozzle and spray on whatever it is we're spraying it at, okay? There is air pressure in here inside the nozzle cap. And what happens is the air comes rushing out here, and it blows across here, and it forms a bit of a vacuum here, and it sucks the paint out here. Now, if this whole thing, let's see if I can grab hold of this whole thing here now. All right, let's say that this whole thing is too far in to the nozzle cap. I'm going to try and move it here. Okay, I'm exaggerating it. But if it is too far in, the air pressure here is going to come, and it's going to come shooting out here. But instead of sucking the paint out right here, because the needle has been retracted, it actually is forming a pressure here. And then we are getting back flushing. Okay? The air is, instead of drawing the paint out, the air is shooting out here, but it's also building up a pressure right here, and it's going back into the nozzle. Sort of like when you put your finger over the front here and block it off to form back flushing. Now this will happen if these two items, the needle and the nozzle, are too far back into the nozzle cap for whatever reason. My thinking is that if I was to have it, maybe use the old nozzle cap, which I believe is a little shorter from here to here, because I sort of cut it off, if you remember. We'll measure it and see, but it could be that the old nozzle cap will work better. That's the plan. That will, in effect, move everything back a little bit. No, it's going to have to move back more than that. Okay, like that, because you don't want the air to build up pressure. You want the air to keep going, not to eddy around, if you know what I mean, and build up a pressure here. Okay, that's what I'm going to try and do here now. Let's. I hope I probably drove y'all crazy, didn't I? Okay, I'm probably going to get my fingers in your way here, but I'll try not to. And we'll retract our needle just a little bit here before we remove the other cap. Okay. Now, this one here, I have another one just like it, only it's the one that I butchered about 3-4 years ago. And I'm thinking that it might be slightly shorter. It's kind of hard to hold on to here. I'm going to recompose. Okay, what had happened was I had damaged this nozzle that I'm holding right now in the tweezers here. At least I thought I had. And I ordered a new nozzle and a new nozzle cap. And then I took the old nozzle and I enlarged it to a 0.5 millimeter. I know you can't see that because there's nothing you can see it against. Now the cap on the right here, that's the one that got butchered. Now I know it looks like, because of the way the chrome has been sanded off, it looks like the hole is not centered in the cap, but it actually is. But my hope is that the length of the cap from front to back is going to be less. And yeah, they look about the same size. I'm not going to go to the work of measuring them to see, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty much compatible with a 0.5 millimeter nozzle. The one that I'm holding right now is the old 0.35 or 3. Okay, let's recompose here. Okay, now this is actually the first time I'm trying this. We're going to do it in thousandths of an inch, and you're going to have to read it upside down because that's the most convenient way here. Yeah, it goes back to 0. Okay, we'll do the old one first here. Now, try and get it in there nice and square. It should work. Now, don't squeeze too hard. Okay. Exactly 1/4 of an inch. Oh, a little bit less. I bumped it here. I'm going to just take another reading here. No, that's it. Say we'll call it 250 thousandths of an inch. Okay, now let's take the new one that hasn't been messed with. It should theoretically be more. Yeah, it is. It's considerably more. It's almost. Oops, it fell down here. Maybe it's not as much as I thought. Okay, it's not considerably more, but it is some. It is some longer. It is approximately 8 thousandths of an inch. 6 thousandths of an inch. Yeah, 6 thousandths of an inch longer. So that should mean that theoretically then our nozzle will be back, or rather sticking out a little bit more, and that's kind of what I want. So let's try this nozzle on the airbrush instead of the one that I'm supposed to use. Okay, here's my styrofoam block. Oh yeah, this is working okay. All right, now this one here, I know the idea is that you're supposed to just grab it by the peg. Okay, but I'm afraid that if I hold it just by the peg, unless I hold it by multiple pegs, maybe I could do that, the wind from the airbrush is going to twist it off. Let's just for the fun of it see if I can grab it by several pegs and then stick it in like that. That might work. Bear with me, please. This is actually the first time I'm doing this, so good thing I can bleep out the nonsense here. Now, if I put that down in here, nope, came off. Well, maybe we're going to have to go back with our idea of doing a little bit of touch-up later. We'll just do a little bit of touch-up right in the center there. How good is that going to be? I think that might actually work. I don't know. I'm not pushing very hard on there. Go right on the very edge here. Very gently now. Okay. Well, for sure now it's going to be strong. I should be able to paint it all the way around. Maybe we can get it a little bit more level. You know what I mean? Yeah. And these smaller ones, they might do all right, because you notice there's quite a large area there. I might just need one, in other words. And we will have to do a little bit of touch-up on the front, no question about it. But that's all right. We can manage that. Well, grab it way down there. It's not going to be very much touch-up. Okay, Chris, this is actually the very first time I'm trying these on parts here. Yeah, that holds pretty good. It holds pretty good. Okay, I'm just gonna, recompose everything here, and these ones here, I've already gone to the effort of putting them on rotating blocks, so we may as well just leave them on there. I think they'll not blow off, providing I can get our airbrush to work at 20 pounds pressure or less. The 30 pounds pressure that I was using there yesterday, that was, it was just misting all over the place. And today I'm going to dig out my face mask and wear it. Why not? Okay, what I've got here is a jar goes back to the Rodney, maybe even as far back as the Hood. But it was almost full, and it had been opened and it had been thinned. And I've shaken it up. It looks to be about the right viscosity for spraying. But before we even try to spray it, I want to see, will our new setup here with the shorter nozzle cap, or needle cap, nozzle cap, spray just plain isopropyl. If it won't spray the isopropyl, it won't spray the paint either. So I wish that these caps came off a little bit easier. On and off, you have to have them just right, or they don't come off easily. Stop complaining. Okay. I can probably use this one to take the paint out too. I think my plan is that with the paint, what I want to do is I don't want to draw from the bottom of the jar where the sludge is. I want to draw just above the surface, and that way there's less chance of getting chunks in there. All right, let's see what's going to happen here. I've got the regulator set to 20, back down to 20 pounds. Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe let's try it. Let's reduce it down to 10 pounds. Maybe we solved our problem. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. Now, I'm just going to break the surface here. Now, you remember we concluded that we were going to paint these parts the 19 so that they'd match the sides of the hull and the superstructure. At least, pretty sure that's what we talked about. Okay. I don't think I got any chunks, but I might have. You know how it goes. Murphy's Law. I'll pour this back later. Alright, now are we ready to go here? Let's put this on so it doesn't evaporate as bad. Alright, we're still at 10 pounds. Let's see if it's gonna spray here. I'll zoom in a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is beautiful. I don't even need my face mask for this. Well, that's good because it's hard to wear and have the glasses on at the same time. Okay, that's fantastic. We're at 10 pounds and it's working like a charm. At least for right now. I am very pleased. Okay, let's get our rotator going here. I will put the fan on though. I'm wondering if maybe I've diluted my paint down a little bit too much here. Well, maybe not. Now I want to remember that in all likelihood I'm going to be painting the inside of these splinter rails, the 77, or something darker anyway. Well, we'll see, maybe not. And the last one. Maybe, well, really hard to paint this plastic when it's almost the same color as the 19. I am so pleased with my airbrush, it's just like brand new again. I remember when I first got it, I was experimenting around with real low pressure, and I was so happy with it, and then it progressively got worse and worse. Oh, let's see what happens here. Maybe I should have done the... you know what? How am I going to lay this down now so I don't mark them? Well, I guess very carefully, right? Bingo! This is what I would call a wonderful development. Yeah, we're all cleaned up and back together. I did not switch the O-rings yet. I did not put the plumber's tape back on here, on the threads. We'll do the switching of the O-ring in tomorrow's episode. Yeah, I think we should celebrate here. I really do. So good. Okay. I think that what we should do here is slip our macro lens on. Pretty hard to show something like this with the macro lens, but I guess you can use your imagination there. They seem to be all right, but we'll just do 3 of them and just see how they look close up. I see flashing. Run! That darn macro lens. It shows all, doesn't it? Okay, let's try another one. And one more. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.